So
wait.
what is the third thing you want to know?
All right. The third thing I want to know is this. And I will tell you that I don't really like social media, but I know it's really important to have the presence since I'm a business. Um, so to that end, I've decided that I'm going to do this newsletter, and I've been doing it for several years, and I do it 2 times a month. And I use a product called Missing Letter, which will post snippets of my newsletter onto social media. But my real big concern is that my newsletter has 120 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been doing it for a while. And I would like to attract more interested and potential leads, prospects, people.
Okay.
And
So my first
buy. I just want to grow the audience, and some
right.
of them will buy.
Yeah. So my first question is, where the people that are on it now, where did they sign up? Because I went to your website and I don't even think I saw a sign up form.
There's a pop-up that I know people don't love pop-ups, but there is a pop-up now that should appear when you first go to my homepage. And that's where most of the subscriptions come from. And
Okay.
some do come from forwarded newsletters.
Okay. So the first thing you should do is you should have a specific sign up page on your website that you can drive people to. Because right now, maybe I saw the pop up the first time I went to your site, but maybe that's to only show once. Some people block pop ups. Like you want to make it, a priority. So you should absolutely have a page. I would even put it in your link to it in your navigation menu on your website. And I would even probably mention it or promote it somewhere on the homepage of your site. Oh, I see at the bottom, you have to get 3 quick photo work tips you can use now when you sign up for a monthly email newsletter. By the way, for anyone that's listening, and we'll put a link in the show notes, the website is Past Present Pix, Pix.com. Okay. And then when I click that subscribe button, I'm just looking at now, it says photo organizing newsletter. Subscribe to our monthly newsletter for the latest news and tips to help you manage your growing photo and video collection. Receive a PDF of the technique we use for organizing our visual memories. So let me ask you a question. And this is there's no one right way to do this, right? I've written a post about this that we'll link to also, that is how to use a newsletter to get clients. And one of the mistakes that I think people make when they're in a service business is they're sharing their expertise in that service, but there's an alignment issue, because the people that are hiring you in part because they don't want to they want you to do it for them. Right? They don't really, my guess is that you're sharing tips to help people learn how to organize their photos, but your clients don't want to learn how to do it. They want to pay someone to do it for them.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
Right? This is very obvious. So this is not like everybody does this, and I'm not saying that you can't do it. The obvious thing to do is, I'll share my expertise on it. But what you're attracting in theory is you're attracting people who want to learn how to do it for themselves. Now, some of those people might hire you to do it.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to give you sort of an alternate example. Not saying you do this, but just sort of as a brainstorm exercise, right? If your newsletter was not specifically about not just about photo organization, but was about easy ways to get organized, easy ways to organize your life, it would attract people that are looking for easy ways to organize their lives. That aligns with the service you offer, right? So I'll give you another example, right? Imagine if all you did, and it can be curated. And by the way, curated newsletter can also be simpler to write than having to create your own stuff all the time, right? Yep. Imagine if your newsletter was weekly and all you did was promote one service out there like yours that people can hire to organize something in their life. So one week it was like, want to organize your closet? Here's the expert on closet organization. Want to organize your computer files? Here's the expert on computer files. You're just recommending each week one person that people can hire or tap into or follow or know that can help them organize. The audience for that is people that want to hire people to organize stuff for them. Right?
Right.
The other thing that would do is every one of those people that you're featuring, you could say, hey, I'm going to feature you in my newsletter. Would you do the same to your email list? Would you tell your email list about me? So every issue is literally a built-in cross promotion. So that closet organizer who you've just told your 120 subscribers or whatever you have about, right, can now tell their 150 subscribers about you.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying this is the way you need to do it, but conceptually, it's an example of thinking about ways to use your newsletter or email list in a different way other than just, here's how to organize the photos on your computer. Because ultimately, you want them to hire you to organize them.
And it's funny, all this time I'm thinking, if I tell them how to do it, like they're going to say, she's the expert and okay, I'll just hire her to do it, because they'll read through it and go like, oh, hell no, that's too much. I'm not going to do that. So that's what I'm thinking.
But by the way, that's not entirely wrong. Like you definitely could do that. And you also, by the way, could merge the two ideas. Your newsletter could be two quick things, right? It could be your photo organizing tip of the week and your recommendation of another person that they can hire to help organize something.
Perfect.
And again, the thing I like about it too is promotionally, right? And it's not that hard. You could find a bunch of people that do all sorts of, let me go find someone that helps people organize their recipes, or let me go find someone that helps people, organize kids' toys or whatever. I'm sure there's a million people out there, doing organizational stuff, and they'll be more than happy to return the favor because you're not competition. Yeah. And so that's going to help you grow. And it's an interesting niche. So a couple other things. So number one, definitely set up a page on your site prominently for the newsletter. Okay. Number two, think about format wise, if you want to tweak what you're doing. Ideally, 2 issues a month would be better than monthly. And again, I think if format wise, it's simpler for you to do, it's easier for you to send more frequently. Most people overwrite their newsletters and they make, they do it monthly because it's a whole epic thing. And it's like, just shrink it down and, cut it in half and do it twice a month as opposed to once a month.
Yep.
Then the other thing, a few other just sort of quick ideas. One, you could absolutely create like a free, 3-day email course that's like automated. That's a great way to sort of attract, if you could imagine if you could give people 3 quick things anyone could do to start on this path of getting organized, right? For free. They sign up, they get 3 emails over 3 days. Each one is like, go to your very tactical act, go to your thing, sort for this, delete all these, whatever, right? So that would give you sort of a lead magnet that would give people a reason to subscribe. Cross promotions, we talked about other newsletters, other stuff. And then the other one I would say is if you haven't, I'm sure you could get booked on podcasts. There's probably a million podcasts about getting organized and not only getting organized, but dive down into the niches, right? Go pitch yourself as a guest to, for example, right? Podcasts that are aimed at moms, there's a million of them.
Yeah.
Right? Reach out to them and go, hey, I'd love to come on and share some tips for moms about how to organize their photos. I think they would book you in a second.
Yes.
Right?
Agreed.
Understand that your skill and your niche can go way beyond you don't have to just go on photo podcasts. You don't have to just go on organizational podcasts.
Yeah.
You could almost go on anything, right? I'm sure there's podcasts for wedding photographers.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Go on there and be like, hey, let's talk about how to organize your photos. So I think you have a really powerful niche that I think would be appealing to a lot of podcasts. And it's a great way to get more exposure.
Wonderful. These are excellent tips.
Great.